Our next guest is an Army combat veteran who is now living his dream as an executive chef. While growing up, Nickolas Holiday spent hours in the kitchen with his grandma learning how to cook, and later overseas got a chance to work at all sorts of restaurants in exchange for some culinary training. Retired Sergeant First Class Nickolas Holiday joins us now on Connecticut Style. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your service.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Happy Veterans Day.
Happy Veterans Day to you.
So you've been cooking for a while. You said with your great-grandma and your grandma?
You know, the very funny story, my great-grandmother was she was a chef for a cattle company back in the Old West, and we're talking eons
Years
ago.
Okay.
And the story goes that my great-grandfather and my great-grandmother worked for the same company, and the only reason why they kept my great-grandfather, who apparently was the worst cowboy in history, was they were afraid of losing my great-grandmother's cooking. So that kind of opened up the spark, I believe, for her daughter, my grandmother, and then it put on the spark to my father and to myself as well. My father is not an executive chef, but if you ever walked into our kitchen at the house, you would think he was.
No kidding.
It's just phenomenal.
So it runs in the family. That's
yes,
great. So today we're making a blueberry clam dish, which sounds fantastic.
Thank you. I call this the 3 Bs. It's a blueberry baked clam. And what we're going to do, if you don't mind, help me out.
I could do that. We're
going to get us started here. So let's get this wonderful oven going. Want to grab me the butter on the end, right in the middle.
Yes, I could do
there
that.
There we go.
Nickolas, when did you serve in the Army?
I served between 2001 and 2012. There we go. We're going to go with about a tablespoon of butter to get this started.
Okay.
Start off as military police officer, and then worked my way up into SRT, which is like the Army's SWAT team. Joined the sniper team after that, and before I knew it, I was hopping around the world, going in and out of places that, in all honesty, my mom wishes I was never.
I could imagine.
Just get started. With the butter, I'm adding a little bit of cava. Now, you can use any kind of white wine you want with this. I personally like cava because it has a bit of a sweeter taste to it.
Sure.
It's got a nice crispness to it as well. We're going to take our clams. Just going to roll those in. And these are going to steam as we go. I put about a half cup of water in that as well.
Okay.
Boom. Now, put a lid on them. And we're going to get the water going for a blueberry sauce that's actually going to go on top of the clams when we're done. And if I can pick the right one here.
There we go. So a little water in the saucepan here.
I'd go for about a cup.
Okay.
We don't need a lot. Now, do you have a glove with you?
I'm prepared, Nickolas.
I love it. This is one of my favorite parts. It's also the messiest part, which I'm going to let you
me.
do. You're very happy, I see. We're going to take our blueberries here. This is 6 ounces of blueberries.
Yes.
You really want to do this to taste. I usually do about 6 ounces per every cup of water. But you're going to take those. You're just going to squeeze them in. Now, they don't have to be completely crushed. We don't need that kung fu grip on them. You just want them to be a little bit smushed so the juices can get out.
All right.
While you do that, I'm going to switch over.
Sounds good. All these are going in here?
All those are going in there.
All right. Sounds good.
Now, we're not doing a whole bunch of clams. We're just doing 3 for right now. So I'm going to go with just 2 little garlic cloves here.
Okay.
They don't have to be completely chopped up. We just want them to be nice and crushed.
All right,
like so.
Good. Nick, tell me about Connecticut Take-Home Chef.
CT Take-Home Chef. When you're working in different restaurants, you don't always get to cook the food you want to cook. You have to cook what's on the menu. And as wonderful and fun as that is, it left a bit of a hole in me to where I actually wanted to do my own style of cooking. So what I did was back in 2013, pretty much right after I got married, I started my own company called CT's Take Home Chef. And very simply, it is a chance for me to be able to go out into people's homes and I cook from scratch. I do a lot of cooking lessons as well, dinner parties, cocktail parties.
That's fun.
This time of year.
Do you clean up too?
Oh, you kind of have. You know what? The military boy in me says you got to clean everything. So, all right. I put about 2 tablespoons of fresh yellow onion in there. Yellow onion has a little bit of a sweetness as well, so that works out nicely. And then.
Wow, this is smelling fantastic. How'd I do?
I love blueberries. That's perfect.
All right, good.
Now we're going to start adding in some sugar here, if you don't mind.
Whisk?
Whisk away.
I could do that.
All right.
Looks good, smells good. Now, would you serve this as an appetizer, main dish?
You can do this as an appetizer. A lot of people I've seen, they will do these. They will deshell them when everything is done. We're going to put a little bit of pepper in there as well. And they'll put them over salads as well. With this blueberry syrup, it actually comes off a little bit as a dressing too. So a lot of people, they like that to be almost as like the topper to their salad along with the clams. You can also do this with oysters if you prefer oysters. I just like clams.
There you go. So we're just waiting for those clams to kind of open up a little bit. That's what we know.
It takes a little while for these because they're a larger clam for them to pop open. So what I did was I went ahead and I made a little ahead of time.
You've done this before, Nick.
Once or twice. All right.
All right, so they're open, ready to go?
These are open. I put them down to the half shell. Now, here's the thing. If you really, really, really don't like the people you're serving this to, do not loosen these from the shell because it'll be a lot of fun to watch them get it out later. If this is for a family member or some friends, then you might want to help them out a little bit, and you're going to kind of take them and scoop them and then just set them right back into the shell like so.
To go. Okay.
Okay. Now, after they've opened up and you've been able to get everything out, you want to drain most of the water out of them. That's the cava, the garlic. You want to take all that out. We're now going to take a little bit of mozzarella, shredded. We're going to put that on the top.
Ooh.
A little bit of Romano. You'll notice I don't use any salt. Going back with clams and the fact that I'm using so many cheeses, there's enough salt in this as it is. You don't need to do anything else.
Okay.
We're going to take our remaining butter. This is about another tablespoon. We're going to put that in there as well.
So that melts up nicely, right?
This will melt nicely. You actually want the cheese, once you put it into the oven, preheat your oven to about 400, 450 degrees.
Okay.
You want the cheese to start getting a light brown on the top. Now we're going to put a little bit of black pepper on top of the cheese that helps everything cut in.
We're boiling here with our blueberry sauce. Is that good?
Beautiful. That's what we want. Then I'm just going to chuck these into the oven. And it actually should not take all that long to get it going.
All right, Nick, we have about 20 seconds left, so we could do this at the end of the show. You could show me how to dress up these clams, if that works. All right, and of course, we'll have the recipe over at WTNH.com. Just click on Style. Look at them.
Perfect and beautiful.
Beautiful. All right, so we're going to check back in a little while. Thank you for being here.
I look forward to it. Thank you.